I like to think of life as a bit like a book with different chapters. So if you're an OG viewer, you'll know that London was our first chapter. You'll know that we had to leave London because someone broke into our house, stole my beloved Vespa 300cc Supersport in bright orange, and nicked Hannah's phone. So we moved to Bath and started chapter 2, which was a perfect place to bring up our kids. We made some lifelong friends, but Bath was a bit like me in my early 20s. Absolutely stunning to look at, but not much going on inside. No edge. There are tons of reasons why we had to leave the UK. I've spoken about it over the last few months at nauseam, so I won't go on about it anymore, but one of the main reasons was the fact I could feel my inner gammon awakening. I started to find myself nodding along to GB News. Moving to Portugal has not been easy. It's been anything but easy. We faced more challenges than Prince Andrew's PR team. But we did it. The first challenge we had ahead of us was to get from our house in Bath over to France, down through Spain, through Portugal, right down to the bottom of Portugal to the Algarve, where we needed to sign the deed for our new home. It wasn't long before we hit our first hurdle. The completion money for our house couldn't go through because, well, of course there was a national outage for Barclays. This means that we couldn't technically complete the sale and we'd have to wait over the weekend for them to try to fix it. The problem with that was the exchange rate was actually quite good from pounds to euros right now, and if we had to wait a few days it could do this. And it did do this.
You're never gonna do it.
Oh my god.
You did it, Gray, well done.
Give me some. Oh.
We are in a beautiful city we've never been before, called Bordeaux. Highly recommend checking out Bordeaux if ever you're in the area, because it's a really stunning city.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take that back about Bordeaux. Lots of dodgy single men whistling, selling drugs. I don't know where all the dodgy single women are. I don't know why the streets aren't filled with dodgy single women. It's always dodgy single men.
After we escaped all the dodgy looking men trying to sell us drugs in France, we drove through Spain and finally into Portugal.
We just arrived to Portugal, drove all the way through England, down through France, through Spain, and now we are here in our new home, ready to embrace our new Portuguese life. You right there, Ruba?
My first step in Portugal when I'm 7.
Go on then. First step in Portugal when you're 7. Oh, how did that feel?
We had about a week spare before we needed to get down to the south to sign the deeds, so we decided to spend a few days in one of our favourite places in Portugal, Ericeira. My mate James, this guy, he runs a company called Creative Properties, and they have a few places out here and in the UK that he manages, and he kindly let us stay in one for a few days. I'll link his site below. They have some really nice winter lets for really good prices in case any of you fancy some winter sun. Check them out, I'll link them down in the doobly-doo. By now, we luckily finally managed to get the money into our account, but that's when we hit our next hurdle. In order for us to get this small Portuguese mortgage, we need to have some sort of redemption, basically proof that we've paid off our mortgage. It takes 5 to 10 days for your mortgage company to give you any kind of evidence to say that you've paid them back everything. And I'm like, oh, so now this is the big hurdle, because we're supposed to be signing the deed in a few days, and they're like, oh, it's going to take 5 to 10 working days for us to tell you that you've paid us back. And I'm like, why would that take so long, Barclays? Why? I paid you £20,000 so I could end this mortgage early. Can you not just use some of that money to pay somebody a couple of quid to write me a letter to say he's paid us back? Sorry, ranting, so I'm an angry dad right now. But yes, so this is holding up us getting our mortgage out here. So what this means is that we could potentially end up not being able to sign the deed on the 7th, or on the 10th, sorry, and then on the 11th, all of our furniture turns up and we've got no house to put it in. So this is the latest hurdle we're trying to contend with, but we're used to these hurdles now. We're kind of like, we're thick-skinned, we're weathered. Whenever they hit us, we're just like, okay, there's another thing we've got to deal with, another potential catastrophe.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Thanks, Grayson.
Packing is harder than it looks.
Packing is harder than it looks, Rufus. Not that you did any packing.
I did.
What did you pack?
I helped you with like the sellotape thing, you know.
You helped me sellotape up a box, only because you wanted to use the sellotape dispenser.
And also, I helped you pack some vases.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did actually help me wrap some vases. Okay, I'll take it all back. All right. Well, I don't know how you managed it. You must be exhausted after wrapping up a couple of vases in some bubble wrap.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I bet you better ask. Put your feet up, guys. Chill out for a bit. Let Mum and Dad take it from here.
I have found a car which I am obsessed with. I don't think I've ever wanted a car before in my life. I just always drive whatever Stef decides to get, but this one, I am in love with it.
This is what I love about Portugal so much. Look at this. They just leave the key. They just leave the keys in it. They don't even need to like take the keys out. You're probably looking at about 25 to 30,000 euros, I reckon.
No, I saw one online for like 11.
Oh, did you? Yeah, but it probably wouldn't be in this condition. This is like perfect condition. Yeah.
I don't think you could even drive that. Your legs are too long.
Show everyone your nappy. This is to stop George doing weeing on people's furniture. Look.
It works really well.
It does work really well. Yeah, she got a little nappy on, don't you?
That's the end of our trip in Ericeira. We are now going to head down to Faro. We're going to stay one night in Faro, and tomorrow morning we're going to hopefully, if all goes as planned, sign the deed for our new house. So yeah, let's go.
After multiple calls to Barclays explaining the urgency of the situation, I finally got a redemption statement. So now, in theory, we could get our Portuguese mortgage approved and finally sign the deed. But first we had to say goodbye to Ericeira and head down to the Algarve, to a city called Faro.
Faro is about 1 hour east of where we've actually bought our house. We bought it over in Lagos, which is an hour over to the west. So we're going to sign the deed here, and then we're going to drive an hour to our new villa, to our new crumbling villa. We've got to get some food first because we're starving, but yeah, we're all really excited. We did it. We got all the way from our house in Bath right down to the Algarve. That was a beastly drive. God, that was a monster drive. Hopefully our luggage should turn up tomorrow as well, but I've been tracking them on an Apple tracker and I can't see that they've left yet, so I'm getting a bit concerned. Yes, you can tell them something.
The fact that it was a long drive, the shortest drive was 3 hours.
You're right, the shortest one was 3. Some of the... Do that cool move again. Oh.
Wait. But then it like...
You are so cool.
But then it goes up.
Yeah, you got to get it perfected, don't you? Where it just lands on the nose.
Registrados na Conservatório de Lagos, a verificação da certidão cardeal ou no forma de extrato de depósito.
It's done. We have a house.
Oh, what's this?
That's the keys to our new
Can I
house.
have the
No, wait. So many dramas. Hannah spilt like coffee all over herself, gave herself like third-degree
boiling
burns.
hot coffee. I had to go into the bathroom and take off my skirt and rinse out my skirt and like put water on my burns.
Dogs were like barking, kids were like screaming, rolling around on the floor. There was an issue with like, they were like, oh, now you need to pay like 30 grand tax. And I was like,
But on a bank card.
on a bank card. And I'm like,
bank card.
I don't have a bank card with 30 grand on it. They're like, oh, I was like, can I do a bank transfer? They're like, no, it has to be on a card. I'm like, this is an issue. And then I had like about 20 people in that room all just looking awkwardly like this has to happen now. The people who sold us the house, they had to get their flight in like 10 minutes. So it was all stressful. But we managed to figure out a way to do it. And we did it. And we got it. We got the keys. And we can just breathe a massive sigh of relief now that it's done. And we're so happy that we can just
Look.
get there now. And I'm about to put our address in to the sat nav, and it's going to take us, we've got about an hour drive to get there, and then that's it. Then it's done. We're done. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it's happened. So many hurdles, so many obstacles in the way, so many little things, so many...
You couldn't even make this stuff up.
But we've done it. And that's it. Chapter 3, Portugal has just begun. We have no idea what to expect from here, but hopefully it's going to be it's going to be the best one yet.